Most chess games are not lost because of brilliant tactics. They are lost because of small automatic mistakes. Moves we play without thinking, captures we make out of habit, retreats that feel safe but slowly lose the game. The best players in history don't rely on complicated ideas, they rely on simple rules applied again and again. In this video, I will show you 10 simple chess rules that Magnus Carlsen follows constantly and that you can start using today, even if you are not a master. So let's start. Rule number 1, don't capture automatically. Here is the first and most important rule. Just because you can capture does not mean you should. Most players see a capture and play it instantly. They don't ask questions, they just take. Magnus doesn't do that. Before capturing, he asks one simple question: what do I actually gain by taking? If the answer is no improvement, or no new threat, or no any advantage, then he doesn't take. Very often, capturing only helps your opponent as it removes tension and it opens lines for them and it makes their position easier to play. So, strong players are not afraid to leave things unresolved. So, always remember, capturing is not good or bad by itself, it's only good if it gives you something concrete. Rule number 2, don't move the same pacing twice in the opening. So, in the opening, time matters more than material. Every extra move you spend on the same piece is time that you are giving your opponent for free. Most players do this without noticing. Move a piece, then again move it, and then move it again to safety. Meanwhile, the opponent develops everything smoothly on the other hand. Magnus avoids this whenever possible. He wants each move to bring a new piece into the game, no wasted tempo, and no unnecessary retreats. So there is a simple rule. If you are still developing, don't babysit one piece. Rule number 3. If an enemy piece enters your side, remove it. An enemy piece doesn't need to be attacking to be dangerous. If it's sitting on your side of the board, it's already a problem. It controls squares, it limits your movement, it creates future threats. So many players ignore this and say it's not attacking yet. Magnus doesn't do it. If an enemy piece in his territory, he asks, can I remove this now? And if the answer is yes, he does it. And this prevents surprising tactics, accidental blunders, pressure building up over time. Defensive chess is not about waiting, it's about cleaning your position early. Rule number 4, keep your piece active. Most players retreat too easily. They get attacked and immediately move backward. Magnus asks a different question: can I move forward instead? Active pieces, they help in creating threats, forces responses, and makes your opponent uncomfortable. But on the other hand, passive pieces defend, then wait and have slowly lose space. So they are just losing space slowly. This does not mean playing recklessly. It means choosing moves that keep pressure instead of moves that only protect. If you play backward, you give your opponent control. Rule number 5, centralize your pieces. Pieces are the strongest in the center. This is especially true for knights, but it applies to all pieces. When Magnus has a choice between a safe edge square or a central square, he almost always chooses the center. Why? Because central pieces control more squares, can move to other side, and support both attack and defense. Before choosing a square, ask, from here can this piece influence the game? If not, it probably belongs somewhere else. Rule number 6, avoid useless trades. Many players trade pieces just because they can. They think that exchanging simplifies the game. But simplifies for whom? Magnus avoids trades that help the opponent to develop, remove pressure, and give the opponent easier play. Before trading, always ask yourself, does this improve my position? Does it weaken my position? Or does it give me a clear benefit? If the answer is no, don't trade. Trading without purpose is just helping your opponent breathe. Rule number 7, use forcing moves to attack. When Magnus is attacking, he looks forcing moves. Means he just is looking for some moves which can be made by forcing the opponent. Forcing moves are simple checks, threats, and captures that create danger. These moves limit your opponent's choices, make calculation easier, and increase the chance of mistakes. Instead of asking, what is my best move? Always ask yourself that. What move forces my opponent to respond? Pressure wins more games than perfection. Rule number 8. In the end game, your king is a weapon. This is where many players lose winning positions. They keep their king passive even when queens are gone. Magnus does the opposite. In the end game, the king is not weak, the king is not hiding, the king is an active fighting piece. He just moves it forward toward the center into the action. That's it. If your king is active and your opponent's king is passive, you already have an advantage. The endgame rule, treat your king like any other piece. Just activate it. Rule number 9, push past pawns with a plan. In the end game, you don't attack the king anymore. You win by promoting pawns. A passed pawn is a pawn with no enemy pawns in front of it. Magnus identifies which pawn can advance safely, which pawn forces the opponent to react. Then he builds his entire plan around that pawn. He doesn't rush, he supports it. He uses pieces to clear the path. If you have a passed pawn, that pawn is your mission. Rule number 10, bring every piece into the game. A common mistake is playing with only one or two active pieces. Magnus always checks that. That is my rook active? Is my bishop doing something? Is my king helping? If a piece is passive, he improves it. Even simple improvements matter. Endgames are often won not by tactics, but by having more active pieces than your opponent. So, none of these rules are complicated. There is no deep calculation here, not memorization, no opening theory, just good habits. Magnus Carlsen is not strong because he sees everything. He is strong because he avoids mistakes better than anyone else. And that's why he is the greatest of all time. Hope you have enjoyed our video and also share your opinion in the comments and like and subscribe for more.